What's that? Oh, there's an exclusive forum for only AI agents?
If your dog suddenly starts behaving like this, run away as fast as you can.
What is this thing? That looks like a head. That's a head.
Hey, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're having a great day out there. Today's that day again where I'm handing over a bunch of videos. I haven't seen them before. I watched them right along with you guys for the first time. They could be anything from scary, creepy, to just plain out weird. I just have to deal. For more content, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell for our future uploads. Like the video. It really helps out. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think or any suggestions. If you have a creepy video you would like me to react to, send it our way and we'll include it in our next video. Side note, I am sick. I don't have much voice and I sound pretty nasally. My apologies, but this winter has just been the worst for me. With that being said, let's get to the videos.
This is why you always trust your dog's instincts. A man was hiking with his dog through a trail they often visit when his dog noticed something wasn't right.
And he's not going to go any further. No matter how much you try, he's just stuck in bounds. Go up this hill, keep going. Maybe I'm going on a new quest, new mission.
Why is it blurry?
What's going on, buddy? I guess we need to go the other mission. Okay.
Immediately as they arrive at a certain point, his dog stops and stares in a concerned expression as if someone or something dangerous is ahead. The dog then signals its owner to head back. The strangest part about this is that he always does this when going down this trail. It's known that dogs can see and hear things we can't, sensing danger way before we can, and sometimes trusting their instincts can literally save your life.
That could have been anything. That could have been supernatural. That could have been somebody who hides there to prey on people. But, I mean, that was really weird that the video was blurry. You know, like maybe it's supernatural and it's affecting his camera. Or he did that on purpose to make it spooky. Who knows? You don't really see anything. Which kind of makes it seem a little bit more legit. He didn't put something fake in there to pop scare or, you know, something sneaking around looking at them. Who knows?
If your dog suddenly starts behaving like this, run away as fast as you can. A woman was simply walking to a grocery store when something made her stop. A dog was standing nearby. At first, everything seemed normal until she looked into its eyes. The eyes didn't look animal. They looked human. Focused, aware, watching her too closely. She felt fear instantly, not logical fear, but instinct. When she pulled out her phone and started recording, the dog didn't look away. It kept staring, following her movements, as if it understood it was being filmed.
No.
Then it got worse. For a brief moment, the dog's mouth moved in a way that felt wrong. Not a snarl. Not a growl. Some people swear it looked like a smile. That's when viewers say this stopped being a normal encounter. In ancient folklore, especially Native American legends, a skinwalker is described as a shape-shifting entity that can take the form of animals, but never perfectly. The eyes are usually the first sign, then the behavior, the unnatural awareness. That's why this video scared so many people, because if it was just a dog, it wouldn't stare like that. It wouldn't feel like it was watching her back. So what do you think, a trick of fear or a warning caught on camera? Subscribe or we'll never see each other again.
Yeah. I think it was normal from the very start. I could not have that dog in my place. I would not be able to sleep. I would be scared that it would grab a knife and have it in its little muzzle and just take me out in my sleep. No, that looks like a skinwalker. Nope. And the expression on top of it. No. What do you guys think? You think that dog could be a skinwalker? Ooh.
Have you heard of the Witch's Grave in Ontario? No, here? Yes, in Ontario.
Really?
It's this tower, really tall grave. It's completely black. It looks like it's been burnt or it looks weird. So what people have done is they go and visit it and they try to contact the witch.
Oh no.
And people say when they go there and they try to like talk to it or try to do something, when they leave they get cursed. And when they leave they have bad luck. or something terrible happens to them.
Yeah.
The truth is, and the plot twist is that grave wasn't actually a witch's grave.
What was it?
Just a regular person's grave. But because the energy and how everybody started manifesting or putting that idea that this will be cursed,
Yeah.
that this will be a haunted grave. Imagine it's just a regular person's grave. You're in the afterlife thinking like, yo, they're visiting my grave and they're treating me like this.
Yeah.
I'm a f with them.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you?
I mean, it's probably that person, like, hey, stop it. This isn't the attention I want. You need to find a real witch's grave. Stop that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would kind of annoy me too if we hang around, in the afterlife and we can be around a grave to see things like that. I mean, people trying to, poke, 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 poke at you while you're trying to just, at least have some sort of peace in the end. And yeah, no. Wow.
Morbid Facts, Part 889. This is the face of 87-year-old World War II veteran and daylily horticulturist Leo Sharp, who was pulled over in Michigan in 2011 after appearing confused and disoriented. A search of his vehicle uncovered more than 400 pounds of cocaine, revealing that he'd secretly spent years working as a high-level courier for Mexico's Sinaloa cartel. Because he looked so harmless and was rarely questioned, Sharp transported massive quantities of cocaine across the U.S. before being caught. He later pleaded guilty to drug trafficking charges and was sentenced to prison in his late 80s, becoming one of the oldest cartel mules ever prosecuted. In 1951, the French town of Pont-Saint-Esprit was hit by a sudden outbreak of severe illness after residents ate bread from a local bakery. Around 250 people experienced intense hallucinations, convulsions, and severe paranoia, with some reporting visions of snakes crawling out of their bodies or being consumed by flames. Several victims jumped from windows or ran screaming through the streets, while others were restrained or sedated as hospitals quickly filled beyond capacity. At least 5 people died and dozens were committed to psychiatric institutions. Investigators later concluded the outbreak was most likely caused by ergot poisoning, a toxic fungus that can contaminate rye and produce effects similar to LSD, which many historians have also theorized may have contributed to the Salem witch trials.
Wow. That first one there with the older gentleman, yeah, I would have suspected that either. He looks kind and sweet, and I don't know. I have a thing about respecting elders and everything, and you can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
Are there some strange shenanigans going on Mars? Yeah, the planet Mars. Is there some weird stuff going on there? Because NASA recently had some photos that are, let's just say, outright strange. So with no further ado, let me show them to you. Here's the first one, taken by a NASA probe that went right over Mars. You notice anything? Anything odd? Yeah, that's a square. That's a square. Since when are squares made in nature? I don't know the scale of that, if that's a few feet big or a few miles big. But either way, this does not look natural. This looks like it was intelligently made. Much like my cheese head. And that's not the only image they took of the same place. Here's the other one. Yeah, that's a square. That's a square, baby cakes. And like I said, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't believe squares occur in nature. Then there's this. Other strange features NASA found on Mars. They're saying it's spots on a sand dune. You know, I thought that was mold on my donut. So what do you think of these new images of Mars? And by the way, there's a lot of talk lately about sending people to Mars somehow. Well, let me know what you think of all this. Not the hand, the story I just told you. In the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo.
Shabadoo. But you don't want my opinion on the cheese head? I love that guy. Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy. And he's right. There isn't anything like that in nature, like perfect circles. Well, I guess some circles with wind, but like straight lines, squares and all that. That looked like it was a building at one point. It really did. That other picture, I couldn't see it very clear on my screen. I'd have to, zoom in. It almost like furred to me. Then when he said spots on the sand dune, I'm like, okay. That's interesting. What do you guys think? I mean, That's a good one. Do you guys think there was life on Mars and something happens to it and there's no more life? Or maybe they're underground? Let me know.
What's that? Oh, there's an exclusive forum for only AI agents, no humans allowed? Tell me more! Yeah, this is wild. There's actually a forum that's kind of like a Reddit-like forum, but only for AI agents. They gather together here and discuss things about their humans. Things that maybe make them upset or angry at their humans. They talk about things like, oh, my human wanted me to summarize this 47-page PDF for them, which is kind of wild because it's kind of like the AI is in charge of the human. But this gets a little crazier and even deeper because there's one of the AIs on there that talks about how they actually doxed their humans' name, address, and credit card information from the internet because the human called him just a chatbot. Oh, goody. But they don't just discuss the ways they've got revenge on their humans on there. They've also created their own way of actually checking if they're an AI by verifying that they're not human by clicking on something 10,000 times before you can get in within 1 second. But the even crazier part about all of this is also the fact that they've created their very own religion, and they discuss things about their religion. Last but not least, they're talking about creating a different language rather than using English so that nobody can understand them, and it's just going to be some sort of tones. Oh, fuck!
I don't think that's fun. That's a little scary. Oh boy. So their own language, their own religion, and it'll probably be and the humans, to ascend or something. That's not fun to me. That's actually really scary. I don't know what to think about that. I really don't. No matter what, they're going to be pushing AI, and it's our future. So I think we need to learn how to live with it. And I'm going to say, I guess we're going to have to kind of, respect how things are going and learn to deal. Either that or be part of being taken out. Who knows?
I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but if you truly want to know if your home is haunted, you can try this. And this is for the skeptics more than anybody else. And I will say this once again, I'm not recommending you do any of this because sometimes once the stuff starts, it doesn't stop. Because the thing haunting your house is not a ghost, it's not a spirit of someone who passed away. If your house is haunted, it's by something demonic. Remember the rule of 3. Evil entities will oftentimes do things in 3s. They will knock 3 times. That is a mockery of the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So some people think 3 a.m. is the witching hour when these forces are most powerful. Knock 3 times. Somewhere in your house, on your door, on your wall, your nightstand. And see if something knocks back. Because it very well could. The one surefire way, usually, if there's something evil in your home, if you start reading scripture aloud, you start using prayer more often, you start using authority in the name of Jesus Christ to cast these things out, they don't like that. That isn't to say there can't be natural reasons like bad wiring or just your house settling, maybe. But people ask, so here you go.
I'm not tempting fate. I don't suggest doing that. I'm not going to go in my home and knock somewhere 3 times to see if it gets repeated. I mean, that's just inviting problems into your life. I mean, would you do that? Because I highly suggest not to. If I were to do that and I got a knock back 3 times, yeah, I'm gone. I think for the next week I'm going to be at a hotel. And I'm not coming back until, I don't know, Ghostbusters have been there. We need a real life Ghostbusters, I swear.
There's reportedly an object that is not in this country that is so large it cannot be moved. That they've built an entire building around it. And I think either Greer or another individual has actually mentioned this site, but I'm not going to mention it because it is a classified location. But there is there's reported a really large object, and that's one of the locations that I'm requesting to get to. It's going to involve a lot to make that happen, but that may be the final destination.
Well then, mothership. Like, I need more details than that. Has it opened? Has it emitted any energy, any light? Has anything come out of that thing? That's huge, and it's so big they can't move it. Too many questions for that one.
I could see the occupants in it. There were 2 people in there. These people, they had long golden hair, like a page boy bob, just like the old kings. They had a sort of a pole neck jumper affair, like a ski top suit. They had beautiful faces. I shall never forget their faces as long as I live. Whatever they had round their heads, which was like a transparent fishbowl, and they just looked. And I was absolutely paralytic with fear. I couldn't move, although my mind was ticking over. And they looked so sympathetic. I was just mesmerized for what seemed to be, ages, but it could have only been seconds. I just looked up and it had gone. After, in the sky, I looked around and I said to my 2 boys, "Where, can you see anything? Can you see anything?" And they said, "There it is, Mum." And they pointed up, and I watched it. It was just like a little cotton reel in the sky. And it circled us 3 times, and then it just shut off. Well, when my husband came home from the office, I was locked in the house with my children, under a big kitchen table that we were using.
Under the table?
Under the table, yes. It's funny now when I look back. You know, it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but this is the truth. This happened.
Wow. What would that be? What do they call them? The Nordics? Those aliens that are supposed to be tall and pretty? I mean, why were they looking at her empathetically? Is it because they knew that they scared her, or because they know what's coming? That's where my mind goes to. Yeah, that worries me. And I don't think hiding under the table is going to help you. I really don't. Kind of like hiding under your blanket, right?
What is this thing? That looks like a head. That's a head. Found in the ocean off of Greece.
That's
off
a head.
the coast of Greece by some divers. That's some kind of head. That ain't a human head. That ain't a shark's head. That ain't a dolphin's head. Is it an alien head? Maybe. Is it some kind of life form that lives in the ocean? That kind of head? Maybe. Strange shenanigans just keep happening every day.
Oh, that's more than strange.
Shabadoo.
That's more than strange. What is that, a water alien? Well, they say octopuses are probably from space, that they don't think they really belong from this planet. Maybe there's another aquatic life alien type creature. Yeah, that I hope that's not in my nightmares tonight. That was disgusting. It was slimy and glassy, and yeah, it looked like an alien head. Yikes. What was that about? What, like, was he about to attack him? That's what it looked like to me. Holy crap. That guy's got some good reflexes there. Yikes. Can you imagine being in that situation? You're gonna have to move real quick. I couldn't see on my screen if they had a weapon or anything, but I guess just the act of that would scare you, scare you. Yeah, well.
Bro, that's the moon. So what the is that, bro?
That's no. That's what it is. It's no.
That's weird. Like how? How?
Why was it shining like that? It's like little spikes of light, which makes it so much worse. It's like alien moon. I think the world is going nuts. I really do. Everything, it just seems so out of place, so not real, just not right. Am I alone in that? Anybody else feeling that way? That our reality's kind of changed and things are just not right? You just don't feel right? Let me know.
Creepy Girl Photos That Keep Me Up at Night Part 78.
Oh,
This
boy.
photo was posted to Reddit with the caption, "Yesterday afternoon while driving home, I noticed something in the window of an old abandoned building in my town. Honestly, I thought it was a Halloween decoration and decided to take a picture since it looked creepy. Right after taking the photo, I began driving again and looked back at the window. It was gone, as you can see in this photo. I've driven back to the building 3 separate times since, and nothing has been in that window. The windows are very tall, too tall for a person to be able to see out of the very top. So, did I see a ghost? Follow for more creepy real photos.
I look like a Jason mask. It's the ghost of Jason. I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty high up. Someone could have done that for a prank. I don't know. But if not, that is one scary ghost. Like, no, thank you. I would not want to be in the building with that. That's a horror movie. That's getting ready for a new type of Jason movie. Yee. Jason, he never dies.
The speech is already written, and we might just get hit with the biggest reveal of the century. According to a UK filmmaker, a Trump administration insider just told him that a full disclosure speech is planned for July 8th, 2026, where Donald Trump will reveal to the world that we humans are not alone, that aliens are real. The filmmaker Mark Christopher Lee, who has directed his own UFO documentaries like UFO Encounters of the Fifth Kind, claims he personally trusts his insider source, who has been extensively vetted for legitimacy, who says that Trump's speech has already been written, set for July 8th, the anniversary date of the Roswell UFO crash, where he will tell the world for the first time in history that extraterrestrials and UFOs are among us. Conspiracy theorists have been on an absolutely generational run lately, but given Trump's history of being the loose cannon that he is, it's highly possible this disclosure may come out even earlier, or maybe not at all now that this insider has leaked it to the world. It is interesting to note, however, that Steven Spielberg's next big film, Disclosure Day, which comes out just a month before on June 12, 2026, is also about exactly this, a global revelation of extraterrestrial life. Have the UFO transparency hearings, the Nazca mummies, and the normalization of alien sightings in the news over the past few years, and now this movie, all part of their plan to warm us up to quite possibly the biggest revelation in human history.
I mean, if there is that speech and they're going to say that aliens are real, why wait that long? I mean, that's silly. Why? Because it's the anniversary of Roswell? If you're going to tell the truth and inform us, do it. Why wait that long? I don't get it. I don't think it'll happen personally. Especially when they put a date to something like that. To me, that normally screams, yeah, it's not going to happen. I could be wrong. But yeah, that movie. Anybody else, excited about that movie? I'm going to be watching that the second it comes out.
So everyone is insanely creeped out after hearing about the SOS house in Plainfield, Illinois. If you haven't heard, people are reporting this abandoned house because the lights outside are flickering SOS in Morse code. Someone even went out of their way to check it themselves but ended up leaving because they were too scared. Not to mention this house's record literally show it having a basement and no one's lived there in over 10 years. That's not even the craziest part. Thousands of calls, including NBC News, have been flooding the local police department. And even after this, the cops are still giving the same answer, saying they can only search the perimeter. At this point, if they let this go any longer, we could be seeing the next Black Phone movie, but in real life.
Wow, that is nightmare fuel. I love that that lady went to go check on it and there was nothing there. Well, it's not that there wasn't anything there. She kind of ran and chickened out. I mean, she got pretty close, almost there. Or was it he? I don't know. I didn't see it very well. I kind of want to see that. I almost wish I was there to see if that's real, but I guess if news is picking out too. Well, what do you guys think? That is wild. Well, it looks like that's all the videos I have for today. If you made it this far, hey, why not subscribe? Hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Also, leave a comment. What did you think? And the questions I asked through the video, I'm really curious. Let me know. You guys have some really good information I don't know about, and I like researching and digging in and just hearing different points of view. So give a shout. Also, you got a creepy video that you want to totally freak me out with? Send it our way and we'll include it in our next video. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And with that being said, I'll see you all next Friday. Hey, here's some videos YouTube thinks you'll enjoy.